Welcome, Taurus, to Rays of Hope, Rainbow Light, Love and Healing Tarot. Today we're going to do a love reading, and the reason that I thought of doing this right now is because Venus has transitioned into Taurus, and this is a wonderful, rare portal and opportunity for the destiny of love, and not just as love within us, but within everyone. It's a spiritual awakening, and it will affect your heart chakra if it hasn't already opened up, or feeling kind of pressure or anything that's uncomfortable or different or exciting. Know that this energy definitely will affect us all within the next 48 hours. It went into transition yesterday, and for the next 48 hours we'll have the opportunity to, it's not just a astrological analysis, it's a threshold to deeper understanding of love, as it brings up feelings that need to have light shed on it, or emotions that have been suppressed that need to be looked at. All right, so this is a great opportunity to take ourselves to a higher level of love, another dimension of love, or we may stay stuck in this opportunity. I don't know, but it's really very important for twin flames who are reuniting, twin flames who are dissolving, people who are in healing from past relationships, who are still hurt, who are feeling the burdens of love, the pain, heart pain, also the numbness and the shadow of love. We might be still in that situation. So the cards and the energy of today will bring about all this information in some way, and I hope it helps you. And know that this is not just, an astrological analysis. It's a spiritual awakening for all of us in the universe, okay? So here we go, Taurus, for you today. What is it that will bring to light some things that you may need to know right now? Okay, so I'm going to pull out some cards, and then we'll do some tarot and some more questions about love and everything that you may be experiencing. And, well, maybe it's important for you to even go deeper, knowing about the love that you have and the questions you might have. So let's see. I'm going to open up these cards here. So we have erased. Now, erased could mean a lot of things. It could be something that someone had of you, pictures, everything, mind, ideas, feelings, visions. They deleted you completely. Well, that's one part, okay? That could be one part that some people are feeling, or something that is going on in your moment now. Let's see what else, what phase that this could explain about being erased. I mean, some people erase us from our lives. I mean, something had to happen, right? Or they just can't tolerate their own feelings over the situation. So let's see. There's a fun connection here as well. So maybe some of you are also having fun, being with someone who adds fun to your life, a little bit more of a casual connection. So we have casual connections. We have people who erased others from their life. Let's see what the twin flame connection also shows here for the energy of the reading. Let's see what else could be going on here. So erased, some are erased, some having fun connections who've been deleted as well. That's wild. Okay, delete someone. All right, what else is going on here? Awakening, feeling of oneness, surrendering. So that could be a lot. This is a lot. This is someone in a relationship who's awakening to the energy of Venus in Taurus. That's what this is all about. Feeling of oneness, surrendering to what is felt, what is coming up to the surface to be looked at, what is being a light shown on something that needs to be expressed. Okay, so everybody's going through something different here, but let's see if any of these might pertain to on a deeper level for you, Taurus. All right, so let's throw out some tarot and see what is facing you right now. What is the energy that's facing you right now in this situation of love, a love connection, okay? Let's see. And this may not pertain to everyone, but if it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, just leave it behind. So we have the Page of Cups. This is what's facing you. So you are probably maybe in one of these situations where you're having fun with a connection, happy surprises, love messages, a visitor. This is what's facing you. But again, let's see if there's any obstacles or blocks, the energy that may be involved in this situation. Are there any obstacles coming up for you in this situation? Something that you might be in fear of, or something that you're going to be surprised about. But I like the happy surprises, but let's just see if there may be something blocking this, okay, for some of you who are perhaps erased. Oh, so we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, there's some kind of insecurity about giving in or taking the energy that someone is offering. Sometimes it's insecurity. We're holding on to our heart. So it looks like, Taurus, you're holding on to your heart right now, and this is what's facing you. Someone is definitely calling upon you. Someone is definitely wanting to be with you. They think you're fun, that they have fun with you, and you are insecure about it, though. You're not giving up your heart that easy, all right? And and perhaps it's an awakening to what you feel is not appropriate. Maybe there's some controlling issues. I don't know, but let's see if there's any root cause. Maybe there's some subconscious energies that are involved in this as well. Taurus, perhaps, someone is definitely enjoying your fun company, and they're offering you something, but you're holding on to your heart, okay, which for good reasons. Maybe you've awakened to something deeper, not just fun. Maybe you're just waiting for the right words or the right feeling. So let's see what could have been probably the unconscious energies that are involved here. A root cause, perhaps. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so you're looking. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that you're reevaluating this connection for a long-term view. You may be having fun with this person, but you may not see them as someone on a long-term view. So perhaps you're not erasing them, but you're kind of putting them, over here. Like, okay, I've had enough of seeing you right now, but I need to, look at this as a long-term view, not someone who I just want to have fun with. I'm awakened. I'm feeling like, this is, to me, feeling that you're very grounded. You're an earth energy. So love to you has got to be firm and secure. Let's see, what have you maybe in the recent past left behind? What kind of energies were in the recent past that you might have left behind, Taurus, that we could learn from on a deeper level for you? Because I think you're going in the right direction. Looking at everything as a long-term view. You want someone who's going to be there for long term, not just having fun. And I can see why you maybe, the word deleted, I don't like the word deleted, but perhaps you're just putting them aside a little, because you've awakened to some type of spiritual, and perhaps it is the portal. It's a very rare portal of love and destiny here, where Venus is in your house, in your sun. So what is it that you might have left in your recent past? What is the energy there? The Queen of Wands, okay? So the Queen of Wands, beautiful energy. That's you. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's beautiful, sensual energy. You're ambitious as well. So I feel that I don't think anything here is a question about attraction. I think all that is here. The attraction is here. Everything is here. The ambition that you may have that this person doesn't have. So that's why you're looking at a long-term view, thinking, I don't know if they're on the same page with me about, exploring more in ambitious, let's just say this, not just prosperity, but, having everything you need in a way that is obtainable but exciting. You have the energy of the Queen of Wands is someone who loves to have, more than just, it's not the plain old, you know what I mean? They're very creative. They have very great foresight, and I think they're looking at someone who's going to match them. So let's see what the possible near future could be in this relationship, or the energies that are mixed here. There's a lot of good things here I see, but I also know that in the awakening process, there could be, like I said, a reevaluation of a long term. So let's see here. What is the possible future here? The sun. So there's definitely some growth, and could be some growth and renewal, joy, happiness, and love here. There's a possibility this could be someone, and perhaps there's some insecurity here with the Four of Pentacles. You're not sure, but again, you know, we all have to have patience with love, right? So to me, it shows that the future here, there's growth here, there's renewal with the sun. There's joy and happiness in love, all right? Let's go on, let's keep going. Let's keep going here. I'm gonna put some of these things aside, they're in my way. But anyways, what are your thoughts and feelings, Taurus, about all this? What are your personal thoughts and feelings about what's going on in this relationship? What is your energy all about here? So let's see. The Five of Cups. Well, you're not sure. You're looking at this, you have some disappointments about it, all right? There's some disappointment. And, you know, that's something that you're feeling and thinking about, that, you know, that there may be some, you know, sadness that whatever you thought was going to be is not going to be. But don't give up. I don't think you should give up, because I think that there's possibility here. I think you should kind of look at, see what is the insecurity about what you're feeling in this relationship, you know, that is really about you, not about them, okay? What is your value about love? You know, love is a big word, it's a verb, it's what you're made of. It's something that you can't hold on to. It's because it is. It always is. It never has to change. And when you are totally love and love yourself, well, then you attract that from another. So look inside, Taurus, to see what it is that you might be missing about something that you're trying to find in others, but perhaps it's something that's missing in yourself, you know? What are other people saying about this relationship? People that you know, your friends, family, acquaintances. What is it that they're saying about this situation you're in this connection? Okay, they're saying to create a new path. This is the World card. So when the World card comes up, it's about its completion. Perhaps they're saying, you know what, maybe you should, you know, not end it completely, but perhaps, you know, take a new path in this of love. You know, it's all about inner transformation as well. You know, it's all about the destiny of love is about inner transformation and healing, and finding the person that's going to mirror you so that you can also mirror them, and then you help each other keep moving in higher dimensions of love. Or are you going to be stuck, you know? And some of us may not be able to look at those shadows or the numbness of love, or, you know, the heart pain of love. So here your friends are telling you, I think you've had enough, maybe it's time to quit. The World card means you've been through the whole cycle of this relationship, and perhaps, you know, it's time to kind of, you know, hold back. So maybe this deletion or this pushing away is something that you need to do right now, because you're definitely, you know, in the Five of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, looking at the long term, and this may not be the one, you know, disappointment. Let's see, what are your fears and your hopes, Taurus, in this situation? What are your fears and hopes? And because the sun came out in your near future, you know, there's always, you're growing and renewing yourself in this, you know, you've learned a lot in this, you know, relationship. You know, you've learned a lot, you've had some fun, you know, but for the long term, perhaps it's not what you want. It's not what you feel is going to make you happy. Let's see, what are your hopes and fears? The Nine of Wands. So your hopes right now and fears are kind of mixed. I would say that, you know, your hopes are that you become less resilient, you know, that you're not so defensive about others coming into your life. That's what you're hoping, that you'll still be able to move on as the Queen of Wands, with the future, hoping with the sun on your back, showing you that there is joy and happiness and love in the future. And your fear and hope is not to be so defensive and resilient, you know, Because, resilience is about someone who can really be not affected by anything. We become resilient to negative energy. We become resilient to things that happen to us and it don't affect us, inwardly. But I think your hopes and fears are not to be too defensive in your that's your fear, not to be too defensive in your next relationship. And resilience is always good to have, Let's see what the possible outcome or probability could be for you in this energy of love, Taurus. And it doesn't end here, it goes on and on and on. This reading is just about this big portal that's here, and it's very rare where Venus, is in transition with Taurus. So here we go. What is the possibility or probability of this relationship? The Star. Wow. The worst is over. A sense of hope and optimism for you, Taurus. So you may want to end it in a nice way. You're feeling, maybe a little sad about it, you're grieving over having to say goodbye, or you've raised someone in your life, but you've awakened. You see there's hope for you and a sense of optimism where the worst of things could be over, but there's definitely hope for you everywhere, in love. So let's see what the whispers of love have to say. And then I want to pull some angel number for you for this reading. I think that would be very, very interesting to see. The whispers of love are kind and love, right? Let's see what they have to say for our Taurus in this reading. Turn on your heart light. Okay, it's always exciting, right? Reflect on a time when you experienced love. So as long as your heart light is on, yes, you will have a sense of hope and optimism in your love lives, okay? So don't give up, all right? Let's see what the angel numbers, what are the angel numbers that are going to come out for you in this reading, Taurus? Let's see what it is that the angel number energies about this reading, what can they add to this for you? And I will read it too, because they're very quick little sentences. You got all the threes. You have 3, 3, 3, 3, 4 threes. It's about divine timing, realistic and practical approach to goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation. That's you in this Taurus sun sign, but you have the Queen of Wands energy here. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach your new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what your plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. So I'm glad to see that you, Taurus, are going to be using this beautiful energy of Venus transitioning into Taurus, your sign, and awakening to love on a higher level, because right now what you've experienced is not what you want long-term view, and you are letting go. It's a little sad, but things have completion. And listen, don't be too defensive on your next relationship, because you have the Star here. There's hope for everything that you want in love. All right, so I hope you enjoyed your reading as much as I did, and hope to see you soon. Take care, Taurus. Bye-bye.